Good morning, traders. Happy Valentine's Day. Coming to you on February 14th. This is Michael with GammaEdge. As always, here with our pre-market morning strategy and briefing session, we start with the three pillars: sentiment, structure, and trend. Obviously, you can see we're viewing our market trend model. We continue to see a bullish state, as I discussed yesterday. We saw the reversal there on the 12th, back to the upside above the short-term moving averages. And then we had a linear up day yesterday, which is what we were looking for to really get the market to move to the upside. The cumulative filter tick up here was linear up into the afternoon. So obviously institutions were getting involved. And then our breadth here, new highs versus new lows, was positive all day long, and then started moving to the upside very rapidly in the afternoon. Again, red above cyan, that's our long-term state. We continue to have money, capital invested in the market on a longer-term state, and then a shorter-term state. We started progressive exposure back again on the 12th if you were a shorter-term trader looking at the bolded CT there. I'll go ahead and zoom in. This gives you a little bit better look. If you're a short to medium term trader, you should be watching the bolded white CT. That would be your trigger to enter once we get back above the moving averages. And we saw that again on the 12th, and then moving back above the moving averages and positive slopes again on the 13th. So we started getting those positive tags on the 12th. And then yesterday we had the move that was shown, at least on the previous day. It was a continuation day, so that told you to get in motion and put capital to work. And then obviously you were rewarded for putting that capital to work and following a mechanical system yesterday. So moving on, SPX P, all expiries turned on, obviously call dominated. We see the significant repair below in the left-hand plane. This is all call dominated now, as shown by the green net delta, and then we are pretty much significantly call dominated to the upside also, as shown by the gamma condition here. We do see that 61.65 or 61.50 to the upside, and that 61.65 level. That would be an area that we would anticipate probably some sort of stalling. But again, COI up there at 6,200. So market participants are speculating for a move up towards that level, at least in the longer term, with the all expiries turned on. So significant repair yesterday on the full expiry. Everything looks great, call dominated. Any pullback within this overall structure, we'll be looking to get involved or add to our positions until we see some sort of change in the sentiment and structure via the web app. 0DTE, SPXP for today. Obviously, we're extremely far above transition. So any pullback to transition today in the call-dominated environment with dampened volatility would give us an opportunity to get involved. 60.75, 60.85 would be an area where if we do see some sort of pullback, we'd probably put more capital to work. And then we see COI and PGEX up there at 61.50. So obviously an important area to get involved in to the upside, as we will look to continue to put capital to work. And then moving on to the net stack command, obviously we see the right-hand plane there at 61.50, so that's an area where we'd anticipate the stalling. And then, as I said, any pullback, obviously 6,100, a large round number that we discussed yesterday. And then that 60.65 was the top of the drunken sailor range that we indicated that you should be long versus that, and we were rewarded to the upside. So drunken sailor range we've drawn there at 60.45, 60.50 to the upside, and then 61.35. And you could push that all the way up to 61.50. But again, within that overall range, we are call dominated. So when you pull back to that 60.75, 60.80, we would look to get involved. The interactive SPX delta balance, this area that we were worried about yesterday, I discussed pre-market. You can go back and look at that video. Was that pull down in the right-hand plane, which is out of the money call speculation, quickly repaired itself yesterday. And we're back above zero and projected delta balance at +1, as well as the left-hand plane that I just discussed completely repaired itself with those out of the money puts are now in the money calls below us, which will be supportive and hopefully dampened volatility as we pull back in any form or fashion within the overall uptrend of the market with positive gamma sentiment and structure. All right, moving on to thesis for today. A little tip that I like to do, I like to draw our drunken sailor range. I like to keep the range on day over day to see if the structure is advancing. You can also do this with P-trans, P-gex, and any of the other levels that we have here at GammaEdge. So you could just label those previous day if you wanted, and you can see that structure advance, kind of like a ladder. We like to watch that day over day. And that tells us that the market participants are advancing in speculation to the upside, as well as the structure continues to advance. So that gives us the probability that that price can continue to appreciate. So drunken sailor range drawn for today. Obviously, we topped out this morning, right around this 61.26, 61.30, the top of the drunken sailor range, and then we've had a pullback this morning slightly. So we could see some chop around the top of this drunken sailor range, or some sort of pullback down and towards that 60.75, 60.80, or even down towards P-trans at 60.65. That would still all be very constructive within the overall structure, sentiment, and trend. Obviously, 60.65 would be a little bit deeper pullback than I would like to see. So I'd like to see a pullback to this area where we broke out and then started appreciating to the upside. To the 6100 level yesterday. So we'll continue to watch this. Obviously, significant move yesterday, so would not be out of the possibilities heading into a long weekend that we just see some consolidation and some chop around the top of this drunken sailor range in between 60.80 and 61.20. That's kind of what my thesis is for today. And that's the areas we'll be watching. Again, SPX game plan's been posted, so you can watch or you can post this on your chart here for these specific levels and if-thens for today. So SPX game plan has been posted. Single stocks have been posted also. Make sure you check those out. We've had some fantastic movers this week from the single stock game plan for individual equity traders to get involved in. And everybody make it a great Friday, and we'll see you in the Discord in a few minutes. Thanks.